Welcome back to Lake Martin Sports Roundup. I'm Jeff Hines, and I have the opportunity tonight to talk to one of my ball players. He graduated in 2014, played for me for 3 years at Benjamin Russell, Ronnie Stacy. Ronnie's back off on spring break. It's Ronnie, good to have you back in town for just for a little while as we can get you.
It is.
Let's talk about your time at Ben Russell and how you progressed from Ben Russell to Tyler. Let's take that one step at a time first, and then we'll pick up in how you got to Oregon State.
Well, coming out of high school, I went straight to junior college, started my career with basketball, and I felt like going far away out to Texas was the move for me. I felt like it'd be a better position. I'd be in a better position out that way, not too close to home, and I liked it out that way.
So you played for Coach Marquise at Tyler, and what a great guy and a good coach. And you did have an opportunity to play close by at Shelton, and actually you would have played for a good friend of mine who I coached with, but you felt like it was the best for you to move out of state, and I can't blame you one bit. You had great success at Tyler, and tell us about the first year there. Didn't y'all play in the national tournament? Yeah,
my first season there, we had a very nice team, very veteran team. We made it to the NJCAA tournament in Kansas. We won the first game in the tournament and got knocked out the second game, but it was a great year, great memories too.
And then you come back your sophomore year, and you guys lost quite a bit of players off of that your first team at Tyler. The second year was not a bad season, but it wasn't what y'all had expected, was it?
No, it wasn't. First year. Sorry about that.
You're all right.
First year though, we was really good, but second year we was kind of young. We only had like 3 guys that returned. So we was like kind of up and down the whole season. We couldn't never like get on the same page.
Yeah.
But overall, I think we went like 15-15, so it was like 500.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a very, very prominent alumni of Tyler that plays in the league now. What's his name?
Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler.
Yeah,
He's. Did you get to see him much?
Yeah. My freshman year, he came back. We worked out together, we played pickup and everything. He gave us some advice, talked to us, and then sophomore year, I think he came back too. And he hosted a celebrity game, like from people that used to play at Tyler. They came back and played, and some of us got to play in it. It was a real cool deal, though.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So after your second year, you graduated with an associate's at Tyler.
Correct.
Which that makes me more proud than anything.
Right.
I'm proud of your success in basketball, but getting that associate's makes me even more proud. And in our second segment tonight, or toward the end of this segment, we'll talk about what's even going to make me a lot more prouder this coming June. But you had some opportunities to go other places when you left Tyler. You thought Oregon State was the best fit.
Yes,
talk about that process.
Well, really, the plan was to go I was going to visit Oregon State, and then I was going to go visit TCU. But I went out to Oregon State in the spring, and I liked it out there where it was nice, you know what I'm saying, the coaches and everything. I felt like it was a place I could fit in for the next 2 years. So I got back to school maybe like a week later. I was still evaluating, but then I got a call saying like they offered me a scholarship. So I jumped right on it, and I felt like that's where I want to be for the next 2 years.
That's awesome. Coach Wayne Tinkle is the head coach at Oregon State, and your junior year, how was your playing time?
My junior year, I played quite a bit more than I played my senior year. I came in starting I started like the first 7 games, then he took me out the lineup, and it was just like up and down the rest of the season.
Yeah. And then of course there's some good players that are there now. The Thompson brothers.
Yeah, correct.
Tress Tinkle, who is the coach's son.
Correct.
Are really nice players. And this year kind of started off slow for you, but about middle of the season, things started picking up, didn't it?
Yeah, it picked up a little bit. I started playing a little more. But for junior year, it was the year I played most of the time when I was there at Oregon State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you like how did you like Oregon? I mean, how do you like it out there?
I mean, it was cool. I mean, I liked it, everything besides like the rain. Like it got the rain, and some days it acted like it never want to stop.
Yeah.
And something I wasn't used to. But other than that, I liked it. It was pretty cool.
And academically, you're on schedule to graduate, which in June, which makes me extremely proud of you. Your degree is liberal arts.
Yeah, liberal arts.
And it's you can remember back in the days when you were playing for me, and I told you that that's one thing that no one will ever be able to take away from you, and that's a degree. Right. And you have heeded my advice, and I'm very proud of you, and I'm excited that you're going to get that degree. Now, let's shift gears away from academics just for a few seconds and talk about what could be in your future basketball-wise after you graduate.
Well, yeah, when I get back out to school, I'm going to just evaluate for a couple weeks and just figure out what I really want to do. But it could be a possibility I go overseas to play for a couple more years.
That's awesome. And Coach Marquise, Ronnie's junior college coach, along with Coach Tinkle, they have a lot of contacts with people overseas. Coach Marquise has a tremendous amount of contacts. Right. Is that correct?
Yeah, correct.
And I know that I actually picked Ronnie up last Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday morning.
Picked him up Thursday morning in Atlanta. He flew back in and to spend a week with his mother for Easter and catch up with some of his buddies and even see his old ball coach a time or two. But you're going to have an opportunity if you're going to have someone that has connections to give you that opportunity to play if that's what you choose to do, and that's something that you're going to have to weigh, aren't you?
Yeah, that's on me. That'll be whenever I get back to school. I just have to just sit and just think and talk to people and figure out what I really want to do.
Do you know anything about what the pay's like as far as, we know that Xavier Moon, who played here at Coosa, is playing overseas.
Yeah.
And he's actually playing with Jamario.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Do you know anything about pay and any of that kind of stuff?
No, I haven't got into anything like that. I haven't asked around about that.
But that's stuff that you will research to check and see. With that being said, you'll have a degree in your back pocket.
All right.
You'll do your research to see what doors may be open to play overseas. What can you share to being that you're a local hometown hero, so to speak, that has gone and played Division I basketball? What do you tell the young folks that are coming through Ben Russell, ACMS and Ben Russell? What do you tell them about what it takes to do what you did?
One thing I think, for me, like I had said at the beginning, I told you, like, the best thing for me was to get away, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, first thing I'm going to say is stay in school, get your grades, make good grades. And then if you do have the opportunity to play a sport or even just to go to school, you know what I'm saying, just to go to school to get an academic scholarship or anything like that. I say go to school, make your mom, your family happy,
Very good, very good. With that being said, when's the last time you picked up a basketball? I know y'all season ended, a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, probably like 2-3 weeks ago. I'm not going to lie, I haven't touched the ball since the last game we played. That was the last time.
It's a grind, isn't it, to go through what you guys go through during the season?
Yeah, it is. Sometimes you kind of need that break for a minute, before you get ready to step back out there.
Yeah, good deal. Well, let's wind up this first segment, and we'll come back on the other side, and we'll talk a little bit more about the future of Ronnie Stacy.
Okay, sounds good.
We'll be back with Lake Martin Sports Roundup. Welcome back to Lake Martin Sports Roundup, and our final segment with former BRHS basketball player, 2014 graduate Ronnie Stacy, and in our first segment we kind of set the path on how you got from Ben Russell to Tyler Junior College in Tyler, Texas, and then from Tyler Junior College to Oregon State. And playing D1 basketball at Oregon State. Let's shift gears and talk about, and we even talked about your degree being in liberal arts in June that you will graduate. What's your other options if you choose not to play overseas, or if those things don't work out for you?
Well, if everything don't go right with that situation, I plan on moving back to Texas and starting my career out that way.
Okay. And you and I talked coming back from your plane ride coming into Atlanta. You and I talked about you have taken a very big interest in law enforcement, have you not?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And you have even done some ride-alongs with the police in what community was that?
It was on the Denton area in Dallas. Yeah.
In Denton, Texas, which is a suburb of Dallas.
Yeah.
Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, correct.
And you've done some ride-alongs with the police there.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, let's get this out on the table, and you and I, we kind of have joked about it off the air, but there's a reason that you're going back to the Dallas area, is there not?
Yeah, it is. It is. I met a girl my freshman year of college, and then we've been like kind of kicking it ever since then. So yeah, that's the reason I'll be moving back out that way to start my career. And
I'm proud of you because you found you a nice young lady who is still at Tyler and is going to graduate, and she's at Tyler Junior College, and she's in nursing, is she not?
Yeah, correct.
So, we're not putting the wedding rings on or anything like that. I'm not saying that, but you guys have been together for quite some time now, and you guys have made this 2-year. You being in Corvallis, you guys have made this work, have you not?
Yeah, we have. I mean, yeah, we made it work.
Yeah, you've made it work. Yeah. So, so law enforcement. What intrigues you about law enforcement?
I mean, it had been brought up to me probably like a couple years ago, but I looked at it like I didn't know. But then, as I got closer to like time now, like it's time to graduate, I've been thinking like I'm gonna have to have something to do one day whenever I do stop playing basketball. So yeah. I kind of like looked into it, and then, like as you said, I did the ride-alongs, and then once I did that, I felt like it was something I probably could do, help back the community and stuff like that. That's awesome,
yeah. And you said something right there that makes me feel good. You said give back to the community. There's we as athletes, we take, and at some point in time, it's our time to give back, and there's no better way for you to give back than to be in law enforcement, and it's not always about arresting people or giving people tickets. They're out there helping people too.
Exactly, that's true.
Well, on some of these ride-alongs that you've been on, has it gotten dangerous? Have you been in situations where you were not comfortable, or how's it been?
I wouldn't say dangerous. I mean, I've been in like a couple traffic stops, like help clean up a couple of wrecks, stuff like that. But no, I haven't been in anything dangerous where I like had to leave the scene or nothing like that.
Right.
Yeah.
And Ronnie and I talked about this coming back from Atlanta when I picked him up, and I asked him. I said, "What would happen if it's somebody that has a gun? That officer may be put into a situation that could be dangerous for him. And if Ronnie's riding along, and you said that you have that normally they would put you out. Is that what?"
That's what's on the written paper. It says you're supposed to you have to drop you off somewhere in a safe environment, then come back and get you afterwards.
Good. So, not being in law enforcement, that's probably a good thing that you don't have to go to a scene where it could be really dangerous. Now, you rode with one guy one night, and he asked you if somebody was on him, what was you gonna do? Did he?
Oh yeah. One guy, he did ask me that. He asked me would I help him if he was getting beat up. He asked me would I help him out with the fight or whatever. I told him, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. I mean, if you're there, you're gonna help him.
Yeah, I might as well. Yeah.
You got to help your partner out, don't you?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So, law enforcement could be in the picture. You and I have discussed on several occasions about the coaching profession.
Yep.
And I told you with your contacts now that if you wanted to go the coaching route, that I would highly encourage you to try to stay in the college game. we don't get into this profession because of money, but let's face the fact, if you get in the college game, that's where the money is as far as paying coaches. And again, with your connections with Coach Marquise and Coach Tinkle, you may have that opportunity.
It's a possibility, yeah, that's right.
Could you see yourself eventually climbing the ladder in the coaching realm, college game, and being out recruiting and Xing and Oing? Could you see yourself doing that? Because it's what your coaches had to go through at Oregon State, and that you got to see them recruit as well. So that's a grind, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's something I feel like I probably could go back to school, maybe get my master's and like something like that. I can give back and help out the kids, like coaching and things like that, recruiting, stuff like that.
That's awesome. Well, as we close this segment out in a couple minutes, what is one thing that you took from Tyler, and what is one thing that you took from Oregon State that you think propelled you to the person that you are?
Well, I'm going to just say like this, like one thing I took from both, because I heard this at both schools, my coaches just always tell me like when something is not going your way, sometimes you just have to like look in the mirror, and sometimes that could be like the reason, things not going your way.
That's good. And, you had some adversity coming through Ben Russell.
Yep.
And you and I had to sit down and have some heart-to-heart, but you worked through it. You overcame that adversity, and you made yourself available to play at the next level, which I told you from day one that you could play at the next level. Right. It's just a matter of what you were going to put into it and how hard you were going to work at it. And you're probably in my 25-plus year coaching, you're probably one of the hardest workers that I've ever coached, and that's being at the high school and the junior college level. But it's an honor for me to stand up here and question you and get the feedback from you. And you'll always be a part of our family, and you'll be special to us. Not that all of our guys and gals that I've coached over the years are not special, but this is pretty special to me to be up here and talk to you about your career.
Yes, and I appreciate you taking the time to sit here and talk to me today.
Yeah, I'm glad we could do this, and look forward to a lot of success from Ronnie Stacy and maybe the future Miss Ronnie Stacy at some point in time. Yeah. Know that I love you, buddy, and appreciate you doing this.
All right, thank you.
All right.